Is it over forever? Someone is not ready to give up. I'm getting like on and off again connection that goes way back. And it could have been off again a long time ago. You know who it is if it's for you. They've come to your mind. It just seems like it's a long time coming or too little too late. One or the other. Chose someone else. You both did. I'm getting it's been so long that both of you have sort of moved on, but they're having old flashbacks. Emotional vampire watching you. Been reminded of you. Wondering why they chose someone else. Wondering why you chose someone else. Someone's really reflecting on whatever happened between you. Deep reflection. Distance. Rose-colored glasses. Watching you through rose-colored glasses. Watching you to see what kind of connections you have. This was someone who, it really was going somewhere, like truly. But there was an emotional vampire. Someone exhausted you. There was mutual exhaustion. This person now thinks that there's some reason or something that they've overcome. They think that it didn't have to be that way. Pretending not to care. Pretending not to watch. Also, defending their actions to other people. Because you may have people in common. Like common friends, relatives, connections through relatives. I'm not saying you're related to each other. I just mean, unless it's like a platonic thing where it's just like an old family member. Because it could be that. It doesn't have to be romantic. But someone who you had a deep connection with, like maybe even a mentor type of relationship, or at least that's how you look at it in hindsight. At least that's how they look at it. I'm going to the spill tea deck for some clarity. Exposing lies. New perspective. Facade of concern. Hidden agenda. Okay. Interesting. Facade of concern and exposing lies sort of go together. They're afraid of this. They're afraid if they do approach you, you'll think they have a hidden agenda. Yeah, like 3 cards here about not being honest. New perspective. Someone helps you see things from a new perspective. It's more that they're afraid you're going to think it's not sincere for some reason. But it's sincere. They're afraid you're going to think they have a hidden agenda. And they don't know what to do about that. They don't think there's anything they can do. They don't think time healed this wound. Let's see what else. The real story. Doubts surface. Testing limits. They want to confess a real story. In fact, I got that as these cards came out, but I forgot. They want to explain something. They feel like they could explain their actions or explain the truth about whatever happened. They really do. But do you want to hear it? That's up to you. You don't have to hear anything. But the reason they're pretending not to care, okay, I just got this. They're pretending not to care with certain people that you have in common because they don't want it to get back to you. They're afraid it's going to scare you off. Like this person really wants to plan an approach. That's what they want. They think if they plan the approach the right way, it'll land the right way. This is what's the tea. They did something a long time ago they're not proud of either. And they hope you've forgotten about it. Something that led to like a domino effect between the two of you. Love on the brain, lost in fantasy. Can't stop thinking of them. Love that never left. That's what I mean. Like a reunited love. Like they never stopped thinking about you and they know they did something wrong. I'm getting reminded, I'm not going to say certain TV shows where something like that happened. Anyway, like either a misunderstanding or something they just feel stupid about. They feel like they've grown up and they wouldn't do this again. And right now it's more just wondering how you're doing. But fantasizing a lot. I mean, the feelings are coming through really strong. Because what did I get at the beginning? Not ready to give up. Is it over forever? They wonder if it ended in such a bad way that even now, like even if it has been 30 years. Oh, wow. They wonder if you're upset about it. But you're too busy winning. That's what they're hoping. That's why they're really scoping you out. Wondering if it's time to make that approach. Some of you, they're watching to see if you'll go to like some kind of ceremony or an awards ceremony. Like they're hoping to run into you there. And they're going to even let you know that though. I'm not really getting like deceit here. Like let's say it's a graduation or something. Because some of you, they're waiting to see if you or someone else is graduating. And maybe you'll post like where you're going out to dinner, something. They're just hoping to see a post about a celebration. If not that, They're looking for anything. Like if you're in the United States, 4th of July is coming up in a few months. They're watching to see if you're going to go to the fireworks in some town, you know, like looking for anything. So be aware of that on social media. If somebody wants to find you bad enough, they will stalk your social media and find it. I hope you're aware of that. I think most people are. So don't put your whereabouts out there unless you want them to know where you are, because this person's definitely watching. But, you know, that's a whole thing. If you want them to know where you're going, and you got to wonder, it just hit me, people who do that, who are always like, we're going here, we're going there. It's like they want to be found. And they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. Ego, reflecting. Hurt ego getting in the way of the relationship. That's what they're afraid of with you. Is it too late for sorry? They're hoping it's not. That's what I'm saying. Is it too late for sorry? I can't believe that came out. Because they wonder if you're thinking back. Apparently also, this is weird. I just got that there's some TV show or movie that came out that made them cringe every time they watched it over the years because, and it doesn't have to be years, maybe it's just been months, and maybe it was a viral video or something, but every time they saw it, it made them cringe because it reminded them of what happened between the both of you. And maybe the same thing happened with you. But no, they're really hoping to meet up with you. And like I said, if they see you at like whatever restaurant, park, whatever it is, whatever event, it doesn't have to even be like related to a holiday, just some event, they're going to tell you, look, at least at some point, they're going to be like, I was hoping to see you. They're not going to go as far as probably to say, I've been stalking you online to see every move you make and you never post anything. But I don't think it's so bad that they'd like put an air tag on your car or something. But they're really, really watching you. It's, you know, they have researched deep research about you. Oh yeah, they know everything about you. Moving on. Thank you. Next. That's what they're afraid of. That's what they're afraid you're going to say. But also, it's kind of one of those things where they just want closure. They want a yes or no to know if they should move on. Look, it doesn't have to be that someone's that old. It's just the energy of this, okay? And it could resonate younger. The energy of someone who is older and retired and empty nester maybe, but now they're single or hoping to be single, okay? Whatever they're in right now, they're not happy about. But they really want to settle down, is what I mean. They're looking for a partner. In the past, they may have been also just looking for something else, something not quite as serious. But things have gotten more serious. They feel like they know what they want now. They feel like it's time to settle down. And it doesn't even have to be that they're that old. I mean, they could be young. I mean, it could be a young person who feels this way. Because people get to that age, whatever. They get to that stage, whenever it is, and we'll start being like, no, the next one's got to be the one, got to be the one. Oh, be careful, be careful. Although I'm really not getting a terrible vibe. They just want to feel you out, okay? And they have sort of put you on a pedestal. Also, you need to know, if you meet this person, I just have a feeling they have built you up so much, and please don't take this the wrong way, that they're going to be disappointed, and not in the way you think. I'm not saying with looks or anything, but there's something they don't know about you, or something you don't know about them. Could go either way. And it's not really something they want to hide. It's not something anyone would actually try to hide. It's just something that's not really compatible, but it could be worked out. Look, every situation's different. Collective reading. Just know that it's not one of those things you should throw yourself back into without really looking before you leap. Although sometimes I believe when certain old feelings, I've seen it so many times. People, especially, I hate to say, of a certain age, like Rejected came out. Ghosted hard, ignored and erased. I mean, I've seen people of all ages really jump in too fast, but especially some of these older relationships. Sometimes they can be really bad. Not always, though. I mean, I'm thinking of so many people, it's how these readings work. I'm thinking of so many people I've known who it either went really well or really terrible. But don't settle just because you feel like you're going to die alone or something. Dying alone is a privilege. Living alone is a privilege, okay? So dying alone is also a privilege. Don't do that. Don't get into a relationship because you're afraid you're going to miss out. No, the right person's still out there, okay? You don't have to be pressured. But anyway, rejected. That's how they feel. Those are the old emotions that they still carry with them. They feel rejected by you. Even this many years later, they feel rejected. They don't know what they did. Well, no, they know. They feel like it was a misunderstanding, whatever happened to cause you to reject them. They want to hash things out. Again, I just keep going back to this. I'm moving feelings with these, and I'm just getting the feeling of people who jump in very fast because it clicks suddenly and you overlook some things because there's familiarity and nostalgia and a lot in common. Okay, there's also a lot in common, but there's some things that maybe aren't. Just talk it through and don't jump in, please. That's what this message is about. What else can I tell you? I'm getting distraction. Like this person is an unnecessary distraction if you're working through something. Only you know that. Smarter than they realize. Paint outside the lines. Good vibes only. Oh, this is about if you do meet up. You're going to surprise them. They want to say that you're smarter than they realize. They didn't give you enough credit before. Like, you know what I just got? Part of the reason they're reconsidering you is because of that. Because they've learned things about you. I just got that scene, and I've got it for a few readings here, where the Golden Bachelor, and how it's been several years ago. I think there's been a few of those now. I don't know, but the first year, this guy, was it Gary or Jerry? I can't remember his name. He was going to pick this one woman, Leslie, I think, and he found out the other chick, because it was down to the last two, he found out the other woman made a lot of money. And suddenly, I mean, you could see it in his eyes on the camera. Everybody talked about it. They're like, he completely changed. His demeanor changed when he learned how successful this lady was. He was going to pick the other woman. He wasn't even excited. Like, he didn't even want to see the one he ended up picking until she said that. Then it's just like, oh, it changed. I'm getting that energy. Just watch out for it. Watch out for it. Because it's not necessarily a bad thing. They ended up breaking up in the end, I believe, because they didn't want to relocate to where the other lived, either one of them. But anyway, that was for this reading. That applies somehow. This is one of those unique connections. I just keep getting, I mean, it's like a movie or something I'm seeing. For some reason, I'm getting like a couple visiting a vineyard, like on a date, like a very nice vineyard. Even if they're not wine drinkers, it's just a pretty place to go, and you can get dinner there. That's some of them, not all of them, but there are some out there, or maybe a restaurant outside the vineyard. Anyway, I'm just getting like the feel of that, like a cozy date, a 3-day weekend, like people really rushing in and romanticizing and not asking the right questions. Okay, spend more time than just the fun times around them. Yeah, please be careful. Just use your discernment and listen to the thoughts that you have while you're with this person. Even if you're thinking about them now, don't contact them. Let them contact you as confirmation. Or let them meet you out in public, wherever, like I said earlier. But when you're around them, or when you even think about them, even if you just think about their name, their face, their voice, however it sounded the last time you talked to them, and connect to that energy. Go really deep, meditate. Connect to them and just see what thoughts come. And if you're around them, definitely see what thoughts come. But, okay. You are kind and you are successful. That's funny. Because it reminds me of everything I said in this reading. Like, this person may take advantage of your kindness, but that you'll be repaid for that. You'll be repaid for that. I mean, this whole time, I just can't shake the feeling of this limerence type of relationship where it's almost just intoxicating. It's like dopamine. It's some kind of love addiction, romance addiction. I know we've all known these people, especially people who think it could never happen to them. You see them just get swept away in some new relationship with someone they barely know, or a reconnection with someone they used to know. And it sounds like such a great thing. But sometimes it can end badly, and I'm not trying to speak evil over this. In fact, I'm just trying to say use your discernment. Because it could be wonderful. And you could be the one on the end of it where they find out you have money. Look, some people that works for, and it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. I just mean look out for that, use your discernment. Because you are successful, that's what I mean, that's what I'm talking about. This person is very attracted to you. For some reason, they have seen you or thought about you lately, and you became more attractive to them. But they also may be alone, or in a relationship where they feel alone and single, which is just as bad, because a lot of people will stay in a bad relationship until they have someone else. They're just waiting to leave. A lot of people do that, especially if there's a living situation. It would be hard to move. Could be a situation where, there's furniture involved. You have to move out because they may not be married, but you accumulate so much stuff. They don't want to have to deal with that. And as sad as that is, that's what a lot of people do. I don't want to say it's lazy, but I kind of get it, especially if you're busy. You're just like, well, this person will do for now. I'm sorry I'm getting that energy for this, but I have to tell you what I'm getting, and that's it. But use your discernment. See what thoughts come when you're around the person. Because even, let's say it is for some kind of money or success or clout or whatever, that might turn this person on in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It doesn't. As long as they make you happy, you make each other happy. Because some people are just, I believe, naturally just attracted to that. It's just one of those characteristics that does it for them, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as it's mutual. And as long as it's not the only thing, I'm not getting it's the only thing, but I got that for this reading for a reason. So just going to end with that. Trust your discernment. You are successful. You are kind. It is spoken. It is written. And so it is. Amen.